I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with an opening prayer. Please rise. And instead of the typical prayer that we do, we've lost a couple people, one to Carroll County and one to Hampstead, and we should pause for a moment of silence. First one being Mayor Pat Rockenberg of Mount Airy, who served his town, Mount Airy, very well. I think he has just won his third term as mayor down there. And the second one was Coach Mark Reisner, who passed away last week. And Mark was a longtime coach down at the Little League in the Hampstead Park. And he's very well known for every year singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," where all the kids would rush the mound. And it was quite a tradition. So we lost two good people in the past month, and we should have a moment of silence. Thank you. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Tammy, roll.
Councilwoman Barrett? Here. Councilwoman Painter?
Here.
Councilman Thomas?
Here.
Councilman Unglesby?
Here.
And Councilman Zolman?
Here.
And Mr. Mayor is here.
All right. All present and accounted for. Minute approvals for the public hearing and the council meeting held on August 10th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. When you're ready, Tammy.
Okay. So there'll come a time that I won't have a downtown revitalization project update, but right now, all the punch list items have been addressed. They still need to plant the living snow fence in the north portion of the project. Verizon installed the 4 higher poles on the southbound lane near Gill Avenue to lift the telephone wires away from our lamp post. Verizon finished the installation, but it didn't lift the wires away from all the lamp posts. So after speaking with the foreman, he planned to evaluate the situation last week and see if tightening the wires would correct the situation or if poles would need to be replaced. But he's not yet been able to do so because his priority is to evaluate and repair damage caused by Hurricane Ida. The post office has received 6 more cluster boxes and in the process of installing them. They replaced an 8-unit box with a 16-unit box north of 42 so they can accommodate the few residents that were receiving mail delivery to a single mailbox and a couple residents that were crossing the street. So now they're on the side of the street their house is.
And please tell me the 5-gallon cement busted up jugs are going to be gone.
I want to yes, but I want to verify that everything's been transferred to the cluster box before they are removed. So there's probably currently the new cluster boxes will be installed on the southbound lane between 42 and Shiloh Avenue, so they'll work their way down. Probably approximately 2 more boxes will need to be ordered and installed to complete the project of mail delivery to everybody within the project limits. State Highway considers the project completed. I have a couple things to speak to them about, and then we'll work on the roadway transfer agreement and the MOU. They need to be executed, and then the deed for the road transfer to the town. But we have budgeted our estimated maintenance costs for the road, like plowing, all of that's been budgeted. Our water main replacement project they're now on Lower Beckley'sville. The Mid-Atlantic is currently preparing for the installation of the new water main. And there was a scheduled shut-off today, and because they wanted to install a new shut-off valve, mostly so we don't have to shut off such a large area whenever we shut off that main. And I had put down there connect to bypass piping. Basically, they're getting ready, so they're preparing to connect the bypass piping. The shopping center on Black Rock, Ridgely House, and the residents of Dogwood Drive, they had been notified, and I think everybody was very accommodating. With this new installation, valve, water, will not have to be shut off in that area again where the daycare and the shopping center and everyone is when they connect a new main to the system. And we've been very busy. Our commercial and residential projects are still moving forward. As discussions with county staff and developers continue, we are currently working on several different site plans and business prospects. The county is considering adding another transit stop for the Hampstead route because many riders have requested a stop by NESAP. So they're working on something that'll be close to NESAP. Public Works staff repaired stormwater inlets on Northwoods Trail from Main Street to Boxwood Drive intersection to prepare for the road to be paved. The paving contractor is hoping to begin next week. The contractor will be working during evening and nighttime hours when they are paving the business section from Main Street to Clearview Avenue, and then to work daytime hours and have a flagging operation for work on the residential portion. For our finance department, Cheryl's preparing for the financial audit. Auditors will be in the town office next week. And finally, our town solar field has been reconnected to the BG&E distribution system and is functioning properly. However, we need to request a credit of the invoices where we paid Tesla for solar energy that we didn't receive because they billed us the entire time that the field was not connected to the distribution system. The credit is also going to include the increase that we paid in energy costs because we had to pay BG&E for cost for the energy we were receiving. So we'll be preparing that credit and sending it to Tesla. Councilman Ungsby and I met with the Main Street Beautification Committee last night to discuss hosting another Day of Gratitude on Saturday, October 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a small event. It'll be held at the War Memorial Park with a couple activities for the children, a band, a few vendors, including food. I mean, currently it's a small event, but we hope it'll continue to grow and to become a fall fest in the future. And I think everybody was told that, sadly for the town, Christy Collins has accepted another opportunity, and our last day will be the town will be October 1st. Christy's job duties are numerous, so we will be adjusting the job description for our new hire. The job probably will be posted as a human resources specialist with grant writing and contract management responsibility without Christy's existing project manager or project management or supervisory responsibilities.
Well, the biggest project she managed is now done.
Exactly. But she managed solar fields and telecommunication leases and a lot of different things, but I think we could probably take that job description away from that job for a new hire.
Question. On the solar project, is Tesla still being held to their contract?
How do I say this? Yes, but they would be more than happy for us because the consequence for them not being held to the contract is us voiding and canceling our contract. We got an incredible rate at the very beginning. They would be more than happy for that to happen.
Yes.
So,
That's why I don't want it to cancel.
exactly. So we did everything in our power not to cancel. And part of the issue was, and I don't know the terminology, there's supposed to be a 3-phase on their end, and there was a 2-phase. But anyway, something failed within the Tesla side, the equipment. When it did, it blew the transformer on the BG&E side. So BG&E was involved and went between them for quite some time because Tesla didn't feel they needed to fix the equipment that it damaged on the BG&E side. And then, of course, BG&E wanted to make sure that the equipment was where it was supposed to be on their side. That went back a while. And then they finally fixed it, and they finally are now connected. And now we just have to work out our credit because it cost us we went ahead and paid the invoicing because we didn't want to stop paying it, but they were billing us for energy we were not receiving from them. So we were taking, and if anybody understands how solar energy works, the solar field puts energy into the BG&E distribution system, and then we take it from there. Well, we were taking energy or electric from there without the solar field putting anything in. So we had to pay it at the BG&E rates.
No, I understand.
Basically, we didn't get our discount for the last several months.
Yeah. A year, actually.
right.
It's been a while.
Thank you.
All right, oversights. Any other? I assume nothing else for Tammy. All right. Diane.
I just have a short report tonight because summer is winding down. The last day of season 12 of the Hampstead Farmers Market is going to be Saturday, September 25th. So you have 2 more opportunities to support the local farmers and vendors who have been participating throughout the season. So hope we get some nice turnouts again for those last 2 weeks.
It's been very consistent and very well attended. Wayne?
The Hampstead Train Station Commission had its last Music in the Park this past Saturday. It was Jason and Emily. It was, I think, pretty well attended for being the last one in this time of year, and the music was fantastic. So very happy to that. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again, the Town of Hampstead, the North Carroll Cooperative Parish, UMC Churches, Pipe Decide Brewery Company, True Value, Carroll County, CarQuest Auto Parts, Beaumark Electric, A Work in Progress Studios, Hope Properties Incorporated, and Town Proud Interiors for supporting us over this past summer. With the new pavilion going in, we're going to shoot for at least twice a month next year.
That'd be great.
We can get more support from the businesses on Main Street. Maybe we'll go every Saturday. Don't tell my wife.
Okay, well, I don't know about every Saturday, but okay.
Twice a month would be
But
nice.
remind me, we have a couple other businesses coming into town that we could work with for next
Yeah.
year.
So, in addition to the sponsors, I want to thank Nora and Janice, Nora Ward and Janice Hanson for helping out selling popcorn and sodas, and of course the church for selling the food. It was a great deal for them. They didn't have an opportunity to do as much as I would have liked, but that's okay. Renovations on the train station. Danny Lee and Ron Ringer have been working on the front ramp and the steps. They're redoing the rails. And we have a Boy Scout Eagle project. There'll be more about that next month. He's going to be redoing the back porches on the train station, the ones on the track side. I got a phone call today from Keith Johnson asking me to join the Day of Gratitude and Fall Fest. We worked out a deal so that we'll be covered by insurance. And have you put in the request for State Highway to close the road yet?
I have not.
Okay, you want me to do that?
Oh, I would appreciate that. That
Sure,
would be
okay.
wonderful.
I'll take that homework assignment. Okay, so I'll get that in. And that's going to be, as you said, October 16th from 10 to 2. And I believe that you guys have hired Hickory Wind, so that'll be great.
Greatly appreciate that.
And we are planning on doing a Christmas farmers market this year. And that's going to be on 11/19, which I believe is the tree lighting ceremony, and the 20th. So more on that next month. Tree Commission, Jeff Stump and Kim Brown are on the agenda for reappointment tonight. Jeff Stump's company, Flora Teeter Landscape Architects, have decided that they would like to help us out with planning the tree locations and planting for the Panther Park. And it's going to be free to the Tree Commission. So we're going to take them up on that and get that done. And then we are planning on a small fall planting this year. So that's all I have.
Good. Our thanks to you, Nora, and Janice for Music in the Park. It was well done all summer long. Hopefully you got out of there without any extra issues this past Saturday
I
night.
did not run over Nora this time.
Or anyone else.
Or anyone else.
Deb?
The Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission met on Wednesday, August 25th, and approved a simplified site plan for Town Pride Interiors, 1214 North Main Street in the rear, to be used as a storage. And there was an approval of a pole barn for Iliano Properties at 1130 South Main, as well as a sign for Simply Refined Salon at 1000 South Main Street, 2 signs, 1 in the front and 1 on the side. There was an introduction of the draft for Chapter 8 of the 2021 Hampstead Comprehensive Plan Update, which was the transportation section. And it was a relatively short and quick and, you know.
Good. How many more sections we got to do?
This was 8, what is there, 13 or
14.
14?
I think it's, well, we've gotten
Okay.
8 done.
I'll
We're
let
a
you
little
know
over
when we're
halfway.
done.
Cool. We're getting there. Dave?
Okay, on parks, I did speak to Christy the other day, and she said she does have a meeting with the company that's doing the War Memorial concept plans. So she's going to be meeting with them on Monday, and she's going to get back to me on what is said at that meeting for us, the next step.
MML based. I know you're going to probably talk about our meeting for the Board of Directors, but I attended in Salisbury with the mayor. And also the next day, that was Friday, on Saturday, I had my first conference, Planning Commission down in Annapolis, and we've already picked a speaker for the event, and we got some basic stuff out of the way, but more in November.
There you go.
That's it.
Thanks for your involvement. Ben?
For water, August water usage, the average was 346,000 gallons per day. September so far is 342,000 gallons per day. And the rainfall in August was 4.4 inches, and so far in September it was 5.21 inches. So we're doing well.
Yes, we are. We had a little dry spell, not anymore. And I think Tammi is pitch hitting for the chief, who's at the Chiefs Conference down in Ocean City, so.
Yes, I'm disappointed he didn't give me a hat. I thought I had a hat. Kind of reminds me of Mayberry. I'm the judge. I'm the sheriff. All right. So for the police department, traffic safety, 6 traffic accidents were investigated, 4 reportable, 1 DUI, and 2 were minor property damage only. One of the crashes was at the 482 traffic circle. Speed signs placed at 10 locations, 67 days of display. Traffic enforcement, there was 42 selective enforcements were conducted over 20 hours, 16 citations and 26 warnings were issued. Overall traffic enforcement, 63 citations and 77 warnings. Patrol checks, 495 property checks were made of businesses and schools. For serious crime, 2 thefts, 1 property was returned and prosecution pending, 5 DUIs, possession of CDS paraphernalia, prosecution pending, and 2 malicious destructions of property, and there's no suspects at this time. For arrest, 3 adults for traffic violations, 5 adults for DUI, 1 adult warrant service. They had 2 outstanding town warrants. For training, they had 1,153.5 hours of training were completed. And the topics and courses included the Maryland Police Training Commission, Police Academy, there was a crisis intervention training refresher, a class on motivating the next generation of cops, a DUI Institute, and hidden gems, tools to help administrators succeed. And community events that were attended was the Hampstead Fire Department annual carnival and an HOA meeting. Any questions? Don't ask me because I don't know.
I know that, we've had a couple of people leave the department, and the chief is doing some ongoing interviewing, trying to line up the next candidates, and that Vince Wilt graduated quickly and quietly from the Maryland State Training Academy, so he's now on duty. We'll probably do a ceremony for him next in October when they can all be here, but he's in training on the street. So it's good to see that happen.
Excellent.
My report, it's hard to believe, we're in September, but it was the middle of August when the Hampstead Volunteer Fire Company held their carnival, and it was, I think we all helped out, and Kevin and his candy wheel, so that was a blast. I know the chief and I did the Queen judging contest, and, it was just a great week for Hampstead, and the fact that they had it at the North Carroll High School site was, I think, helped drive attendance up, and it was interesting to see the parking. As much parking as they needed everywhere you could find a space, people took a space. But it was, I think, the most successful carnival the fire department's ever had. So it was all good news, and it was really well run. So my congrats to the fire department. Jim Rourke and I participated in the Hampstead Merchants Association Cornhole Tournament a couple weeks ago on a Friday night. We didn't embarrass ourselves, but there were some really good cornhole players there. So, and like at one point we got a 6-0 lead, and people were like, oh, and I think the final score was 21-6 because the other team woke up. So, as Dave mentioned, there was an MML board meeting on Friday down in Salisbury, and the day before that there was a board retreat, which they do every month, usually in the home of the president. This year Jake Day's the president. He's the mayor of Salisbury. So it was the beginning of a year-long strategic visioning exercise for MML for going forward. So we'll see how that plays out over the next year. But it was well attended and lots of good ideas, and I think an energetic board this year. And then the second half of that day, we talked to some legislators who were Eastern Shore specific, but they were lots of back and forth for this legislative session and an election year coming. So it'll be interesting to see. So it was just a good discussion. Coming Thursday, I think pretty much everybody up here is going to be in Westminster, right? Maryland Municipal League chapter meeting for Carroll County. So those have been very well attended here of late, and so that's great to see. Business end of things, our first
Can I ask you
slug.
a quick question? Will the dress be back to,
Nope,
like,
business casual is fine.
it's still going to be business
Yeah.
casual? Okay.
We're good. It's pretty much transitioned to that. So not that we will permanently, but when we go there, we'll. The American Rescue Plan, we got our first half of the money that came in, $2.2 million last week. So we've already are in the process of spending about 1.3 of that with the water main project and the replacement of all the 1935-36 pipe, and that was just really well timed. Very fortunate in that regard, because they won't let you go back, they won't let you pay off debt, they won't let you reduce rates, they won't let you reduce taxes. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they won't let you do. You can put it toward water, sewer, and broadband, and to investing in your employees. So we're going to do the water and the investing in employees. Obviously, we don't have sewer, and we've got plenty of water projects that we can look at, and Kevin and I and Tammi have been discussing which directions we'll head. So you'll see that over the budget in the next couple of years. We don't have to spend the money until December 31st, 2026. So
Any other infrastructure projects that we can do?
Nope.
I think you can do stormwater.
Nope.
Did they take that out?
It's just water. It says water. It doesn't say stormwater.
Well, there you go.
So
Stormwater's water.
yeah, well, that's how you treat it.
Different.
It's different. But there's plenty of things we can do, because there's never-ending regulations that keep coming down the pipe, pun intended, for the water system from the regulatory authorities. And then North Carroll High School, a lot of people talk to me about that property. And that I know that Chesapeake has, initially, there was talk that they weren't going to have to submit an updated stormwater management plan, but they did have to submit an updated stormwater management plan. They've done that. It's in the county's hands. The current settlement date calls for September 30th, but my understanding is it may be a month later. So we'll see how that goes. But the ball's in the county's court, and it's supposedly the first priority in the county's court. So we're just standing by. So that's my comments. Any other questions? There's no unfinished business. Under new business, we're going to do the reappointment of Jess Stump and Kimberly Van Brown to the Hampstead Tree Commission for a term of 3 years.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on those appointments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And then before I do the swearing-ins, we'll skip down to number 3 there, which is the approval of fiscal year 2022 budget revision for the water fund. There'll be obviously more of these coming as with the money that we just got, but there's a transfer that's needed for $13,750 from the capital reserve to distribution system improvements, which is a result of fire hydrant replacements that we were able to do and take advantage of while Mid-Atlantic was here. These were old fire hydrants that basically did not work.
Move for approval.
Second.
Is there discussion on the transfer? I think we need a roll call for this thing.
Yes.
Councilwoman Barrett,
Yes.
Councilwoman Painter,
Yes.
Councilman Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Unglesby,
Yes.
Councilman Zolan.
Yes.
Thank you. So the motion's approved. All right, so we approved Barb Yeager to the Planning and Zoning Commission last month. She couldn't be here, but she's here tonight, so she'll be ready to serve, a couple weeks from now, on a Wednesday night. So looking forward. So we'll swear you in, and then we'll swear Jeff in. So Barb, if you will, front and center.
October 13th. Second Wednesday.
You want a picture of this? Sure. Prosperity. Raise your right hand. Yeah, me, I, Barbara Yeager, do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
I, Barbara Yeager, do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
And that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
the town of Hampstead,
the town of Hampstead,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office as a member of the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission
execute the office as a member of the Hampstead Planning and Zoning Commission
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
Congratulations, welcome aboard. Let's get through business here. Wait a minute. Yeah, turn this way.
This is the second Tuesday.
All right. Blue pen.
Blue pen.
Tammy's ready for us.
Smile in the background.
What's that? I tried to do it like this.
My handwriting is not good. Sign that one too. She'll test that one.
Actually,
That's yours to keep.
Awesome.
All right. We'll see you Wednesday a week.
Thank you.
29th.
Oh, it's all the way
No?
at the end.
Wednesday start on the 1st.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's Wednesday the 22nd.
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 I'm sorry.
Okay, Jeff.
It's next Wednesday.
Sorry.
I am.
That was almost bad as wearing a Steelers jersey.
Well, I'm from Western Pennsylvania.
Okay, so we'll give you that. All right. I, Jeff Stump,
I, Jeff Stump,
do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
the town of Hampstead,
the town of Hampstead,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office as a member of the Tree Commission of the town of Hampstead,
execute the office as a member of the Tree Commission of the town of Hampstead,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and the laws of this state.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chris,
Oh,
picture.
we'll get a picture after we.
Sign both of them.
Yes, ma'am. One's for you, one's for us.
There you go, sir.
Wednesday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Kevin, do the picture.
It's weird that they're like back to back.
Yeah, they are.
The Tuesday and the fourth Wednesday is
A bit like a half smile.
true story.
Thank you both for stepping up, and Barb, that's, really appreciate you coming aboard Planning and Zoning Commission. All right, but there's nothing else here other than public comments. Going once, twice? Doug, nothing? All right, cool. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved, second by Ben. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you all, and we'll see you next month.
Except you, Barb. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.